By the way, if you hate on Sserafim, keep yourself very, very safe. Actually, no, scratch that. Don't do it. Turn around. I'm around the f***ing corner. I'm waiting for you. Don't do it. I've got nothing to lose. I'm coming for you.
Ranking the Seraphim's eras based on how peaceful they were to be a FEARNOT during. So if you've been a FEARNOT for any amount of time, I know I don't have to tell you that it's not been fun. It has not been fun. So I'm going to go from least peaceful to most peaceful so we can end on a kind of good note with hope for the future. Yeah, let's begin. Number 5, easily dead last is easy. I said it before, and I will say it again. I would not wish being a FEARNOT during this era on my worst enemy. I wouldn't condone being a FEARNOT during the Easy era as a form of torture for high-profile criminals. Nobody should have to go through this. I'm kind of joking, but this really is crazy. Like, this is really, I think, has to be the most insane thing I've ever witnessed as a K-pop fan. To recap, we had, I guess going in chronological order, the first thing was the Easy music video being filmed in a church, which I will say, I think that people were rational to be upset about this. I don't fault anyone for taking offense to this in particular. This is the one thing where I was like, okay, people are upset about this and it makes sense as to why they are. I know the church they filmed in allows artists to film their music videos there. Sserafim is not the first or last artist to film there, but I also don't feel comfortable telling people that they shouldn't have a problem with this. I understand why some people do. Next, I guess, is the encore stages and then Coachella. Then we had the Manheejin situation, Sserafim, and most every other hype group getting thrown under the bus. We had the Rising Sun scandal. That kind of went under the radar, but got a lot of traction in Korea. The Burn the Bridge trailer having a lot of imagery that was similar to the Rising Sun, which certainly upset a lot of people, and so on and so forth. Many more scandals, or quote scandals, right? It's not been fun, but we can only go up from here. I'm hoping that it cannot get worse than this. Number 4 is Fearless. Not a very fun time, but also in retrospect, not the worst. We had about I think it was 1 week before Garam started appearing on the 10 p.m. news, and then everything kind of went downhill after that. Hybe and Source Music were kind of negligent. We lost a member. Yeah, the first week of debut was relatively peaceful, kind of. I think in retrospect, maybe my understanding of this, or my vision of what Fearless was, is kind of skewed based on just how much has happened since that point. I don't know. I don't really remember anything too gross outside of, obviously, losing a member. I guess I kind of romanticized the debut year. It was kind of bad, but we really didn't know how good we actually had it. Yeah, number 3 is Unforgiven. Not a lot happened, I don't think. Of course, people were kind of torn on Unforgiven, the song, like the Western cowboy concept, after what the Burn the Bridge teaser provided for us in terms of imagery and sound. To be fair, there was a horse in the Burn the Bridge video, so maybe we should have seen the cowboy thing coming. I personally defend Unforgiven. I really like this song. Oh, we also had the whole first full album fiasco with Unforgiven being shipped or advertised as a first full album, but it really just being another mini album plus re-recorded songs of just the 5 members this time. Not too much to deal with though. This is number 3 due to the whole Eve Psych and the Bluebeard's Wife remix situation that went on for months, it seemed like. I don't think people put too much weight into the remixes. Well, I say that, but we went from having Eve Psych and the Bluebeard's Wife being pretty much universally loved as one of, if not the best song on the album, to people suddenly listing it as their least favorite on the album. So maybe remixes do harm or oversaturate the original song in some ways. Yeah. Number 2 is Perfect Night. Some people were, I guess, upset that it was a generic pop song, but it was made or released for Overwatch originally, I believe, like a video game soundtrack, or maybe not a soundtrack, but just a collaboration. Yeah, I would say Perfect Night period was peaceful. Sserafim got a hit song in Korea, some people were mad about it, but oh, they also performed at BlizzCon, but I think that's about it. Not much else happened, which honestly, I'm kind of grateful for. And number 1, the most peaceful Sserafim era from my perspective is Anti-Fragile. I consider this the most peaceful period of Le Sserafim's career so far for a lot of reasons. Despite the disaster that was their debut due to the Hybe source music negligence and the Garam situation, Le Sserafim emerged pretty triumphant with Anti-Fragile. The video was good, the songs were good. We were all kind of happy back then. I know, like, the Garam people were very upset that she was removed, but yeah, Anti-Fragile is still to this day maybe top 10 K-pop songs of all time for me personally. I think Anti-Fragile is the only period I've ever known some semblance of peace as a FEARNOT, relatively speaking. The only comeback era where I wasn't sleeping with one eye open at night. Yeah, maybe we can get back to that soon. Hopefully the worst is behind us, and that is all of the Le Sserafim release periods from least peaceful to most peaceful. The easy era has certainly shown the worst out of the K-pop community. How unwilling a lot of people are to engage with K-pop earnestly makes it quite easy, no pun intended, for people to resort to hatred by default. You get the content farm accounts, people who just hate Le Sserafim no matter what they do for no reason, and the oddball, miserable people who all come together to wreak havoc on the community. It's not been fun. It has not been fun. I kind of made this video, I guess in a lighthearted way, but Le Sserafim deserves quite literally nothing of what they've been put through. I do pray for better days. I really, really do. But I know that requires people to engage with K-pop normally and earnestly as the hobby it ought to be. We are not our favorite K-pop idols. Their images and reputations have quite literally nothing to do with us. It's fine to defend your favorite idols if they're being attacked and you want to defend them, but again, if a social media profile is outwardly attacking other K-pop groups and idols, chances are they're helplessly miserable and projecting themselves onto K-pop. They may just be a content farm, or maybe both of those things at the same time, miserable and fishing for engagements. Engaging with those types of people at all is a lost cause, as I see it. And also, this may be a controversial opinion, but if you decide you hate a K-pop group or an idol over the actions and behavior of their fanbase on Twitter, earnestly. We need to engage with the music and people we like earnestly. This is my ranking, and a hope for a better future for all K-pop groups. My manifesto, I guess, as a K-pop fan. Let me know if you would rank these differently, if you consider one comeback period more or less peaceful than the other, if I misremembered something, and so on. Yeah. Thank you for watching this if you did. Subscribe if you want to, and I will see you next time.